Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new game. This is a browser game, and it's also an incremental game. It is called Crank, and I'll have a link for it in the description if you are interested and you want to play it yourself. So, yeah, let's get started. Everything is dark. There is a small hand crank nearby. It looks stiff, but still operational. You hear a rumbling in the distance, which quickly stops. There's the light hum of the motor in the distance. All right, looks like we've got power here. System power levels activated. Fabrication unit online. All right, looks like we can make scrap metal. We still need to hold the crank down for power. I'm not sure if there's a cap to the power yet. All right, looks like we've got one scrap metal. Looks like we do have a cap to the power. Right now it's at 100. We can make more scrap metal. Let's just go ahead and speed up the scrap metal. Oh, repair CPU. Oh, there's a piece of scrap metal, cold, small, and a bit malleable. Seems useless on its own, but may be useful for creating or repairing other things. There is a computer in the area that looks like it can be repaired with enough scrap metal. Okay. Uh, Insufficient scrap metal. I'm gonna assume maybe it's 10. Let's get to 10 scrap metal, see if we can repair it. Yep, looks like that was it. All right, go ahead and get some more power back. Oh, okay. We have a CPU. Uh, power. Let's go ahead and put the crank in there, I guess. There's three systems: scrap metal and crank. Maybe we get scrap metal going. I don't know what this is doing. Maybe upgrading it. Crank maximum increased. Okay, so it looks like it did upgrade it. So our crank maximum. Oh, now it's a green bar. So can we put it in here and upgrade it again to get even more power? And also, should we be... Let's go ahead and keep making scrap metal. Let's see what we got. Okay. It looks like the crank is upgrading slower, which would make sense. Not quite done. We can make another scrap metal. Make another scrap. Keep making scrap metal. Okay. Crank decay decreased. Okay. Maybe we upgrade it again. Keep making scrap metal. Crank decay decreased and crank maximum increased. So that means it will stay green longer, I guess. Make another scrap metal. Like we can just spam this. Okay, we can have more than 10. Okay, let's not get too hasty. Go ahead and get our power back up. Okay, the crank is still researching or upgrading, rather. Can we upgrade the CPU? What does this button do? Oh, it gives us more power. Computer power upgraded. So, whoa. Okay. Losing power. Gotta get it back. Okay, so that button does work for upgrading the CPU. And because we upgraded the CPU, we got 1 more power per second. Crank power output increased. Power output. Okay. Keep making scrap metal. What does system do? Let's see if we can figure some of this stuff out. Keep making scrap metal. Go ahead and just plow through some of it real quick. Spend some power. Okay. Oh. Maybe a little bit too much power spent. That's alright, we'll just get it back up. This is an interesting game for sure. I'm not sure how far it goes. We'll just have to figure it out. Okay. Still upgrading the system. We are using power. Okay. Let's see. Info box online. Oh, down here. Okay. Oh, okay. So we can... And it tells us that. Okay. Crank generates power. What else? Let's go ahead and research, not upgrade, research scrap metal. 5 power for 1 scrap metal. 20 scrap metal to upgrade the CPU. I'm gonna try my best to prevent it from getting dark. Scrap metal mass fabrication available. Okay. So I'm assuming that happened when we researched scrap metal. What does that mean? We can... Oh, okay. Make 5 at a time. That'll be nice. $13. Do we have a cap on scrap metal? I'm wondering. Cost 20 scrap metal to upgrade the computer further. We have 15. Battery fabrication available. Battery. Oh. Battery fabrication. Well, that's the cheapest, so let's keep on going with that. Once we hit 20 scrap metal, we can upgrade the computer 1 more time. I think that'll put us at Maybe 5 power per second? If it goes up by ones, that would make sense. Fabricator. Okay. 10 power and 10 scrap metal for 1 battery. Hmm. Okay, it looks like we can make more scrap metal, more than 20. Let's see. Battery charge increased. That's at 3,000. That's at 3,000. Okay, so if we take it out, it looks like it does keep its research progress. Right? Yeah. Okay, so we upgraded the CPU again. Yep, 5 power per second. Okay. We need to crank for a minute. Fabricator. Fabricator is finished with what it's doing. Assuming scrap metal. Go ahead and start some more. We got something in the log. Another piece of scrap metal, cold, small, identical to all the others in every way. Okay. Okay, scrap metal is finished. Scrap metal mass fabrication upgrades available. Oh, increase scrap metal mass. Fabricator maximum 20 scrap metal. 20 scrap metal. Does it? So that's going to increase the amount that we can make. I'm assuming 7,000, 3,000, 5,000, 4,000. Let's just go ahead and do scrap metal again. Interesting. Okay. So I wonder if this is a game where it's going to end up in like, you know, running itself. Like, is it going to be automated? I know a couple other incremental games that end up being automated, but we'll just have to see. Don't think I want to be making batteries right now. I'm not sure if we can afford to. We still got some other things that probably would be more beneficial for us. Like upgrading the CPU. Maybe researching the crank would be better. We definitely want to increase this number right here. Be able to make more than 5 scrap metal at a time. At least if that's what it means. Computer. Scrap metal fabrication speed increased. Oh, it is going faster. Okay. Let's see. Let's upgrade the crank. We have 20. We can upgrade this. What is that? 10 now. Oh, shit. Scrap metal mass fabricator upgraded. Okay. I think because we're making scrap metal at a faster pace now, we're going to be using more power per second. Maybe? We do seem to be struggling a little bit here. Maybe we have too much on the computer right now. We definitely want to keep up with the scrap metal. And I'm wondering, Now it's 25. Crank is still going. Does not seem like there is much to do right now, but that's okay. We'll just keep on cranking away. Cranking and making scrap metal. And also researching. All right, we're at 20. I do think I'm gonna get the next upgrade on there. Okay, let's see. Go back to the crank. Crank maximum increased. Oh, okay. So it's a teal bar now that we can go up to. I think that's like ×3 now on the maximum. 6,500. Let's do scrap metal again. We are at a cap 25. Okay, now it's 30 scrap metal. So we need to increase our cap. We do have something in the system. Scrap metal mass fabricator upgraded ×2. Okay. Fabricator. Okay. More scrap metal. Always gonna need scrap metal. I'm hoping that researching this will maybe make this number, our cap, go up. But until then, not much we can do. I guess we can start making batteries. It did cost 10 power and 10 scrap metal for one battery. You know what? Let's make one. Let's make one and see what it does. We are at 100. Still researching scrap metal. Don't forget about the crank. We have 10. Okay. So let's see. Scrap metal capacity upgrades available. Scrap metal capacity upgrades. Oh, increase scrap metal maximum 20 scrap metal. That's good. That's what we need actually, because that'll make this number go up. Let's research the crank log. A large battery, by plugging it into the system, it can be used to increase the maximum amount of power available. Oh, our max power went up to 115. Okay. So every battery, I'm assuming, is going to make it go plus 15. 20 scrap metal. Yes, we can hold 50 now. Okay. Good, good. Keep up the power. Don't let it fall below 10, I think, is the number we need to stay above. System. Scrap metal maximum capacity increased. Okay. We are researching the crank right now. Right. It was 30 for the next. Yeah, 30 scrap metal to be able to make more at a time. So we'll probably get that upgrade next. Rank is going by very slowly. 25 scrap metal for another CPU upgrade. Hmm. Now, do we want to spend the 25 on the CPU upgrade first or the maximum for 30? We're almost at 30. You know what? Let's go ahead and make it 30. Wait, mini crank available. Mini crank. Okay. So, can I crank from different areas now? Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's research the battery next. It's pretty cheap. Go ahead and up this 35 scrap metal for another one. Now we can make 20 scrap metal at a time. Okay. Falling behind. Oh, we're going dark for a minute. Okay, we're back. All right, great, great. Something in the system. Let's see what it is. Oh, okay. Scrap metal mass fabricator upgraded. Yep. All right, great. Okay, so keep making the scrap metal. At 25, we will upgrade the CPU. Oh, the battery's done. Wait, crankbot fabrication available. Oh, and we got crankbot and crankbot efficiency. Okay, these are both really cheap. Let's go ahead and start upgrading them. Oh, we can make crankbots now. 30 power, 15 scrap metal, and 2 batteries. Okay. Alright. Crankbot. So that just means it's a bot for my crank, essentially, right? Crankbot mass fabrication available. Let's go ahead and do this. Upgrade this one more time. CPU upgraded. Okay. So we need 2 batteries. Okay, let's go ahead and get the second battery going. More scrap metal. Crankbot strength increased. Okay, looks like we definitely need to get a crankbot here pretty soon. I feel like that's gonna help maintain power, at least some. What do we need? 15 scrap metal? Alright, we'll probably have that by the time we get our battery. And it's 30 power. One more. Alright, let's make a crank bot. We did fall back down to 100 power cap because we have no batteries. Okay, what is this blue dot? Antimatter. Antimatter available for research. Antimatter? Did anybody see that? I guess that's supposed to happen. Okay. Well, we discovered antimatter. Okay, so the crankbot is finished. Maximum active crankbots upgraded. Let's do crankbot efficiency again. We still don't have a crankbot made. Something in the log. While there's something comforting about turning the crank, you found it can be tiring on your hands. Well, Yes, actually, you are correct. Holding this button down is kind of tiring on my finger. Oh, we have one antimatter now. Interesting. Okay. And there's our first crank bot. Let's make another battery. So what does it do exactly? Something on the log. A small automated bot that can turn the crank. One alone doesn't seem to be of much use, but with enough of them, you may never need to turn the crank again. Interesting. Okay, so we just make a whole bunch of crank bots then. Crankbot speed increased. Scrap metal's at 6,000. Battery's at 4.5. Let's do the battery again. Let's get another battery going, and then we'll get a second crank bot. Okay, okay. I'm into it. Interesting game so far. Keep up the scrap metal. We already have enough scrap metal to make the crank bot, our second crank bot. And we'll put it into the fabricator. Keep the scrap metal going. 35 scrap metal for another increase in how much we can make at a time. I think we might go ahead and do that one. Battery mass fabrication available. Okay. Great. Let's do scrap metal next. Don't think we'll need to do anything with antimatter for a while, considering it's at 10,000 upgrade cost. Oh, okay, let's go ahead and get this going. 25 at a time. Okay. Yep, I'm aware. We have a second crankbot. Okay. So the power output should be increasing. Let's get another battery going. Keep up the scrap metal. How's this coming along? Well, slowly, but it's getting there. So this is still, whoa, okay, crankbot condition, that's new. Active crankbots 0. Okay, if we put it up to 10. Oh, I see, we had to activate them. So if I don't click it, oh, okay, there they go. Well, kind of. It's not great. Duranium fabrication available. Duranium. 2.5k. Okay. Another battery. Let's get it going. Duranium. 5 power and 25 scrap metal. Pretty expensive right now. Huh. I wonder what that is. Do we need it right now? Hmm. We have 25. I kind of want to make more crank bots, though. It said we can have 10. Duranium mass fabrication available. Okay, I mean, that doesn't really help me that much. Let's do a crank bot again. Upgrade CPU we can do at 30 scrap metal. Crank bot going very slowly right now. Are these still going? Excellent. Okay. Average, excellent, best, excellent, worst, excellent. Okay. Average crank per second. About 10, it seems, is what they are capped at. We have 30. Let's go ahead and upgrade the CPU one more time. 7 power, maybe that'll go faster for researching stuff. Something in the system. Oh, CPU upgraded. Yep. I wonder if we should just keep on upgrading the CPU in order to research stuff faster. That might be a good idea. System is the same. Okay. Crankbot mass fabrication upgrades available. We don't need those. We also have 3 crankbots now. Let's get a system power upgrade. $35. We almost have it. We'll go ahead and put up another power per second. Yep. All right. Make sure that's going faster. Oh, we need batteries. Do we though? We're losing power pretty quickly. Are we able to catch up or keep up with the power consumption though? Kind of looks like it's even. We're not really making any progress, but we are keeping up. It seems. But if we ever need power, we can just pause the scrap metal for a minute. But for the most part, I want to have the scrap metal consistently going, I think. As long as we can... Oh, power generation monitor online. Okay. Looks like we're at... Oh. Failing. Okay. Crank, antimatter, battery. Battery is pretty cheap. I think we just continue with battery. Let's make another battery. See if we can keep up with the cost. It looks like we are still negative. Oh, maybe just breaking even in the power change. That's okay. So we need more power generation. Still here, just clicking this. Not even clicking, I'm just holding the crank. We've hit a cap. Okay. Make another battery. Battery charge increased. Okay. Now it's 120 per battery. Great. Okay. Scrap metal is still pretty cheap. Let's go ahead and do that one next. I think we can get another, make more scrap metal and get another crank bot here. Pop that bad boy in. We can make another battery just in case. Start working towards our 5th crank bot. Okay. 40 scrap metal for the next auto cap. I said 40? Yep. All right, let's go ahead and get some power back. Click that button. Scrap metal fabrication speed increased again. Okay. We have 4 crank bots now. We can make 30 scrap metal at a time. Let's go ahead and upgrade the crank again. Maybe if we upgrade it again, we can get more power from it somehow. $40 scrap metal for the next CPU upgrade. Make another battery. Pop the scrap metal back up to max. Okay. I feel like we're making some progress. Albeit not a lot of progress, but progress nonetheless. Before you know, I'll have like 100 crank bots. Let's get another crank bot going. Another crank bot. Oh, we need power. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the power consumption. All right. Yep. I know. Yep. One more. You can do it. Yep. We'll go ahead and build up some power. Crank maximum speed increased. Okay. So crank maximum speed increased. Oh, our crank bot conditions are Poor. Worst is very poor. Best is excellent. Okay. Let's do battery again. It's fairly cheap. Make another crank bot and battery and scrap metal. What did I say? It was 40 for the next CPU upgrade? Okay. Maximum speed increased. Okay, let's go ahead and upgrade the CPU again. That's 9 power per second now. Oh god. Yep. Okay. Pause that. Okay, it looks like we're just barely keeping up with it. Marginally in the profit of power, but that is okay. Crankbot number 5. Okay. The crankbots look like they're finally starting to be useful. Great. Awesome. That's what we want. Computer. Battery mass fabrication available. Okay. What's the next cheapest thing? 9,000, 8,000 for scrap metal efficiency. It's only 7,000. Duranium, I don't feel like we need at the moment. At least nothing that we need duranium for we have. I'm not even sure what duranium is used for. Let's get another battery. I think we can have 10 crankbots, is what it said on the power page. Oh, worse is failing. So, there's a destroy button. Should we be destroying the crankbots that are failing? I don't know. Maybe? I just destroyed 2 of them. That's 3 of them. Get 2 of these. We need more power. I'm running out of power. Crankbot durability increased. Okay. We can make a crankbot right now. We'll put us back up to 3. 10, 8, 9, 9, 5, 8. Scrap metal. We'll just keep on upgrading and making scrap metal and batteries and crankbots. I feel like that's all we have access to. Okay, we are struggling on the power for the moment. That's all right. We gotta struggle before we can succeed. Hopefully the color conversion is not too bad for you guys. All right, third crankbot has been made. We are using a lot of power. It seems to just research things. Auto boost available for scrap metal. Repair scrap metal auto boost, 10 batteries, 10 crank bots, 5 duranium, and 2 solar panels? Solar panels? How do we get solar panels? Let's upgrade batteries next, I guess. Man, we are really struggling with keeping up power. We can do this and struggle even more. Hopefully the battery upgrades quickly. Looks like I'm still making scrap metal. I forgot to turn that off, but that's all right. I think it stopped for the time being. I'm just gonna sit here on the crank for a minute. Oh, we're starting to flicker. I don't know. We can continue. All right, we're gonna turn it down to 8 power per second. Let's get back into the positive. I think maybe 10 power per second is a little too much for us right now. I need to figure out how to generate more power. Put that back up to 10. Battery charge increased. Let's research the crank some more. Maybe that will give us more power. Because I feel like we can't do anything at the same time that we're researching right now. And that could be an issue. I definitely want to be doing things while I'm researching. So let's put this down to like 8. Get some more scrap metal going. I feel like multitasking is better than just sitting on one screen and not doing anything. So we can at least do other things while we're waiting for the crank to research. Maybe not even that. I think we need to just focus on power gain for a second. I need to make more scrap metal for batteries, for crank bots, for more power. So we'll make scrap metal while we can. Make a battery. Crank maximum increased. Crank maximum increased. Oh, it's a dark blue bar. Okay. Maximum increased. Okay. It looks like our crank bots are doing more now too. That's good. Research the crank some more, I guess. What is the crank at? We can get another battery going. Crank is at 11,000 and the system is 15. To use more power per second. Looks like we're still in the positive, which is good. Very good. And we can make another crank bot. Get back up to 4. One more scrap metal, I think, right? Oh no, it's 15. Okay. Okay. Power change is back in the positive. Let's make a battery. More scrap metal. Can we maintain the scrap metal now? Looks like we're still struggling a little bit. Maybe? Maybe not. Maybe we're breaking even. We have another battery. Let's make another battery. Crank maximum speed increased. Again. Maximum speed. That means we have more, yeah, more speed. Let's get the crank bots back up there. Okay. Make another crank bot, queue it up. Queue up another battery. Seems like we're doing a lot right now. But we're surviving. We are definitely increasing power generation. Right? Let's get another battery going. Stock up some power before we start making more scrap metal. Back up to 4 crank bots. Let's queue the scrap metal again. Keep it going. Let's get another crank bot going. Put us back up to 5. Maximum active crank bots upgraded. Okay. Not really what I needed. $13K, $9K. Let's do scrap metal again. Let's keep the scrap metal going. 45 scrap metal for the next auto cap. Another battery. Keep on working towards those crank bot numbers. Power per second is dwindling. Just barely hanging on. We'll kind of let it catch up here. All right. Go ahead and make another crank bot. $2.9 per second. Means we can afford more scrap metal. Scrap metal auto boost improved. Scrap metal auto boost. Right. Looks like battery is the next cheapest one. Alright, crankbot number 5 coming back online. Let's make another battery. I think we need to just focus on making crankbots. Alright. We got another another scrap metal cap. 35 this time. Looks like batteries are giving us 25 power per battery. Uh-oh. -1. Okay, okay. Keep up, keep up, keep up. All right, let's let it catch up for a minute. Battery capacity upgrades available. Make another crankbot. Make another battery. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Scrap metal mass fabricator upgraded. Okay. It looks like antimatter is next. Scrap metal system at 15. 50 scrap metal. We need to increase our scrap metal cap, which is only 21. Okay. We also need to keep researching. I think scrap metal we should research for now. Now we can have 75 scrap metal at a time. All right. Make another battery. I wonder why crankbot efficiency is blacked out and the other ones are green. We can make another crankbot here. I wonder if we should be focusing on crankbots or if we should be focusing on just improving the crank? Maybe a little bit of both? Let's make another battery. .5 power per second. Make more scrap metal. Scrap metal auto boost improved. Yeah, you know what? Let's just keep on going with this with the crank upgrades. Something in the log. The more batteries you make, the more you're confident that research into them may lead towards a new source of power. So I should be researching batteries then. A new source of power, huh? Okay. That could be good for us. Are we gonna need like 5 crank bots for this new source of power? And is the new source of power going to be solar panels? Guess we will find out next time. But yeah, if you enjoyed and you are interested in playing the game yourself, I will have the link down to it in the description. And this is a browser game, so there is an option to save your progress. So yeah, that's it for this one. And now that we've finished up our eighth crankbot, yeah, I'll see you guys next time.